Come along with us on a journey of meandering exploration. We will laugh. We will cry. Important, we will waste an hour so we don't have to hang out with our families. Whether we're bringing the sexy or telling you to fuck off, Teddy, Ashtray, Oracle, and Mystic will do it with enough enthusiasm to barely keep you awake. So strap in and strap on for another ride with the only show on the internet that has more episodes than viewers. This is the Red Eye Report.
Okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Red Eye Report. And tonight is Ashtray's episode. And in his haste, he's going to blame his 7-month-old child for not writing that intro.
Like you do.
About his castmates. Yeah, you know, because he's like, Dad, listen, like, they seem like they're all right guys. And I'm like,
you got kids, man. You can blame them for a lot of shit.
Yeah, there you go.
That's what I'm going to do. Because he was like, no, Dad, they seem like they're really cool. And I'm like, Leo, listen, like, there's some real pieces of shit sometimes. They say some nasty things. You don't even want to know what they say about you. And he's like, Dad,
Like, do some nasty things.
Whoa.
Hey.
So he's like, Dad, I'm not going to write anything bad about them. You know what? Just tell them they're all right. They're all right. So, ladies and gentlemen, my castmates are all right.
So,
Shit in
but
my
how?
pants like he did today.
Yep. And then he shit his pants.
So did I.
And I blamed all you guys on that big dude.
Couldn't make it to the toilet.
It's a big old dump.
But
Just a big old
we
dump.
do have
The photo
the
finish.
classic Danish County Pause for the Cause weekly animal. This week it is Ding Dong, the dildo riding dodo.
Wow.
Yeah, he goes around riding a dildo. But what everyone really knows and why he is sell up for adoption is that he's actually a city chicken with a pegging fetish.
Ding dong.
He just lies about his origin story,
Hmm.
claiming he's the last dildo around. I mean, dildo. Dildos are extinct.
Ugh, I am the last dildo.
All right, so for tonight's episode, Ashtray is like, let's give a real crowd pleaser, humdinger of a one that'll bring up everyone's mood for the worst maritime disaster in history, peacetime history.
Yeah.
Now, mind you,
Oh,
this is a story.
peacetime history.
Yeah, way to go.
Yeah, peacetime history.
I think Pearl
I
Harbor has something to
did
say
not-
about that.
Yeah, right. Exactly. But this is also one where I'm like, how the fuck? Why have we never heard about this? Why is there not a Jerry Bruckheimer movie about this?
Because it's in China,
Dude. Yeah.
It's actually in the Philippines.
Philippines.
Again,
Yep.
even worse. Like,
Yeah, exactly. Even harder for America to understand.
yeah.
It's just a bunch
Philip, where is that? Is that near Hawaii?
So this happened back in December 20th, 1987. And the ship itself was named the MV Doña Paz. I don't know why that turned into a weird H in our outline, but Doña Paz is the name. It was a passenger ferry, and it was rated capacity of 1,518 passengers. But that night, December 20th, 1987, 5 days before Christmas, mind you, it had 4,374 passengers on it.
Damn. That's
How many
a
was it
little-
rated for?
It was
Like
rated for
1,000.
1,518.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They tripled that shit easy. I mean, that could not have been comfortable. What was the reason for them
exactly.
having so many
Yes.
people in there?
People were literally sardines in this ship. It was because it was the Christmas season. Now, mind you, if you look a little further in the outline there, I actually did, because listening to some of these interviews with survivors, one of the guys was like, we should have took the bus, and I'm thinking, like, how the fuck do you take a bus in the Philippines? You know, it's like all islands, right? But
Yeah.
so this route was from Tacloban City to the capital of Manila, and he was right. There is there's some land bridges between these islands. There is a bus route. It's a 20-hour bus
20-hour bus ride.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and it's being Christmas season, like everyone's like, we're gonna get on the fucking ferry because they're all going to the capital to visit family for the holidays.
How long would have been on the ferry?
I did not find out what.
Because they're still going from Manila to Tacloban City, right?
Yeah, like it's
City.
still like
So it's still the same
route, but
yeah, 800.
it might be a little faster, being that you're not having to stop at intersections and whatnot, like a bus would.
But
But-
you would live.
Yes.
What? I don't
So
know.
the thing is,
Some of these bus drivers over there, bro, crazy. I'm like, shit.
because it was Christmas season, and this back then was like really common in the ferry industry, just kind of like officials didn't bat an eye at it, is that they would sell illegal tickets like day of. Like once you showed up, even though the ship is already at capacity, they just sell extra tickets. The thing is, they just wouldn't put your name on the manifest. And they
There's
also
only 1,000 people on there, officer. I swear.
So nobody knows you died.
they estimate that roughly over 1,000 children were on the ship, and a lot of them under the age of 4 were under the age
Wow.
of 4. They're like, you don't even need a ticket at all. You didn't even have to buy like a fake ticket.
You can die with the rest of them.
Mm-hmm.
Get on the boat, you little cross
Get on
goblin.
there, tight.
Get in. So
Little snot bugger.
at 10:30 at night, most of the passengers were like trying to sleep, and the thing is, like, maybe 1 out of every 4 people got an actual cot to sleep on, and then like one of your family members would get the cot, and then like you just all kind of cram around them, and it was kind of like your area on the ship. And there was only 58 crew members. The thing is, at this time of the night, all but 1 of those 58 crew members were partying. And
What?
apparently
Wait,
Yep.
everybody except for one?
What the
they
fuck?
left one
Oh
one
my
apprentice
God,
One dude.
on
Like,
deck.
apprentice.
Yep, an apprentice. He's fired. They were all partying because like the few survivors were like, yeah, we heard like loud music, and from like the crew deck or the where the crew's bunks were, and also reports was that the captain himself was actually like in his quarters watching his Betamax. Probably some porn, Filipino porn.
Filipino porn on the Betamax. What year is it?
Like
1987.
87? Yeah.
87, yeah.
So we got one apprentice left on deck. All of a sudden, everyone who's like trying to sleep or already sleeping, they like wake to this loud bang, like crash, like what the fuck? This ship called the MT Vector was an oil tanker carrying 8,000 barrels of gasoline and kerosene on it, and it rammed right into the engine room of the Doña Paz, which immediately caused a blackout. So like all the lights in the ship go out, and think of like all the people who are down in the lower decks, where all you have is the electrical lights. All the lights go out, and then shortly thereafter, an explosion happened on the Doña Paz ferry, and fire started to spread through the ferry. Well, also because the fucking Vector is an oil tanker, it starts leaking gas and kerosene into the water.
So now you're flooding, and then you're surrounded by a ring of fire.
Yes. So all
Wow.
these panicked passengers, the ones who actually like they're running in total darkness, trying to find their loved ones and escape the flames that are on the ship. Some of them in a panic also.
So
like,
not total darkness. You got some light from the fires.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, and that's the thing is
Not
they're like
total darkness.
some were like, we don't know why they were like, were they just in panic that they're running downstairs instead of to the surface of the ship? But at the same time, like, I bet you have those people running down were like, because the rest of my family is
It's
down there holding the one cot, that we got,
Yeah.
trying to find their family members, and then stumbling over each other in complete darkness.
I'm pretty sure they were trampling each other because I mean you got 3 times the amount of people on that ship.
Oh
and,
yeah.
And then they're trying to get
And
people
you
going
can't see.
Yeah, you can't see. Yeah.
So yeah, Teddy's absolutely right. Like those who were on deck, like there were 3 friends who were survivors, and they survived only because they're like, it's so fucking hot in here. They're like, we're gonna go up to the roof and just like lay out because the weather was actually pretty nice that night. So they were on deck when the collision happened, and they were like, there's flames already on the ship. The only thing they can do is jump into the water, but already the water around the ship is starting to
Well, that's some good
just
CG. they got here.
inflame.
Yeah, right.
Yep. Yeah, this is the National Geographic had like a whole special on it. It's kind of almost like a unsolved mysteries dramatization. So the people on deck had to actually basically it's like stay on the ship and burn or jump into the burning water. The crew
People got some fucked up dentistry going on, man.
Oh yeah, like the British. So apparently, none of the crew members were organizing like any sort of like, all right, everybody this way. Like, here's the lifeboats.
Hey, we're all just running for it.
Yep, they're just running for it. And also
Nice.
the turns out all the life jackets were locked up in lockers.
Oh,
So
Wow.
yeah.
Anyone
This went pretty bad.
Yeah.
Badly. I mean, what the fuck?
This is like when those 100 and some women died in that factory fire
In New York?
The
Oh,
one
yeah.
that fucking
and had to jump from the way
yeah,
up
like the one that got it. That's how they got regulations and shit. They're like,
Yeah.
oh shit.
yeah, it was like the triangle something fire.
Yeah.
Well, you also
Uh,
said that the crew was partying, right? So except for one guy. So I mean, pretty much they were smashed. I'm pretty sure some of them were smashed or drunk or something, and then
Yeah.
what help are they gonna be?
Mhm. Oh yeah, and the captain probably had his dick in his hand watching his Betamax porn,
As you do,
Um,
you know,
as you
as
do.
one does.
Hey, he
Yeah,
thought he was
hey,
off
man.
duty.
That's the
man.
privilege of being captain.
Yeah, when you're
like,
the
87
captain, you can fucking jack off to Betamax porn.
Absolutely.
You know.
Absolutely.
Filipino
It's your goddamn
Betamax
given
porn.
right. You understand
Right.
me?
Filipino porn.
You've earned your fucking right.
Yep. It's 10:30
You
at
earned
night.
that lube.
I'm overdue. So those that managed to actually jump overboard then had to basically try to swim under the flaming water, and they could actually like see the water like under the flames. They could see the water boiling,
Wow.
and yet like there are times where they could not help, but they had to actually surface through the flames to try to get some air and go
Yeah,
back.
you're inhaling flames. Why would you do that?
Yeah.
Well, you gotta
that-
breathe.
When you gotta, it's like if you're panicked to like get a breath, like
I
and you're
get
in
you, yeah.
survival mode, you might just burst up.
How far out did the flames go?
Someone said it was almost like a full like kilometer all around. And-
What?
Whoa.
Now, granted, this might have been after like the few survivors managed to get past the
Yeah.
flame. So like I'm sure with time, because they also said that the Vector, the oil tanker, like as that was on fire, like barrels from on it were like exploding and flying off,
yeah.
and
Jeez,
like barrels are
dude.
exploding off and then spreading more kerosene and shit into the water, which is all just floating on the surface and starting on fire.
Wow,
When
man.
people say, "Why don't you believe in God?"
Yeah, because
It's things like this. You know what I mean?
Look, he knew it was gonna happen. He said it was a popcorn. Like, look, he tried to breathe through fire.
Right? Like, if this is this like his version of a horror movie? Is this like
Yeah.
Cosmic invites the friends over to watch the fucking
like, hey,
the
check this out.
destruction of the Doña Paz? You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
I don't know. Maybe the captain was beaten off to gay porn. And he's like, you know
That's
what?
why he was condemned,
Yep.
God's like, how dare you?
right?
You stick to that good Filipino porn that I gave you. Okay.
Right. And maybe
Okay,
God
shit
has
here.
the thing against kerosene, so he's like, this fucking ship still got kerosene on it.
This motherfucker.
No one will
just
miss
flicks
this. Oil
Flicks the
lamps.
water next to it.
So
we're of course.
those few survivors who managed to like swim under the flames and get far enough out from the flaming ring, like
How many people survived out of the 4,000?
they then were like having to listen to the screams of everyone around them like slowly die down.
That would suck. That'd be fucked up.
So 4 survivors. Mind
Four
you,
survivors?
no, I mean for the survivors.
For the survivor, yeah. It's
Or
shit.
Now, mind you, there was 4,374 met people on the ferry ship.
Most
And
of them.
that also took years to actually get that account accurate because so many
that's right,
people
'cause
were not on the manifest, and it was like years after people who like knew like my loved one was coming on a ferry for the holidays, and like then having like surviving family members have to be like, where is my loved one? Like he was probably on this ship.
how many survived? Sorry.
The in the crew of the fucking, I'm trying to find the number of the crew members of the oil tanker because it was only like 20 or something. In the end, there were 23 survivors from the Doña Paz
Damn,
and only
dude.
2 from the oil tanker Vector.
Fuck.
Holy
You're kidding.
fuck.
25 people.
25 out of over 4,000.
4,370.
Holy
74,
fucking shit.
Probably close to almost 4,400 if you count the members of the oil tanker.
Holy fuck.
Yes, and that's why like this is the worst maritime disaster, and also
That's like 25 total.
one of the documentaries I was 25 total. One of the documentaries I was listening to said that it is more than, if you count all the fatalities from everything that happened in 9/11 and all the fatalities from the Titanic, it's still less than this.
That is
Wow.
0.005%
Wow.
That's crazy.
survived.
Yeah, and a lot of those had like severe 3rd-degree burns. There was
Fuck
those 3 friends who slept on the roof. They managed to survive. And there was also a father-daughter couple that managed to survive. Like they jumped off the ship and then lost each other, and they managed to like through the burning darkness like hear each other's voices and reconnect. And they found a fucking suitcase to like hold on to and float. So mind you, it was 8 hours. Well, before that, it was there was the ship, the MV Don Claudio, actually saw the explosion in the distance, and after about like an hour, they got to where the wreckage was, and apparently within 2 hours of the collision, both ships sank.
Damn.
In like I think it was like 500 meters of water, which is like that's a good depth.
It's
Pretty
1,500 feet,
deep,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
1,500 feet. Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, you ain't swimming down to pick them up easily.
You imagine being like one of the survivors? You're like, yeah, we made it, and then a shark comes along or some shit.
Right. That's what I was thinking about that.
I mean,
because
you're in the
That
ocean.
is that was
you're in the
another
ocean,
thing.
You got a lot of blood and stuff in the water. You know,
Right.
this like this bright light
Mhm.
is drawn like why
Yeah,
like why is
right.
the sun up right now? What's going on? They're like, oh shit, a smorgasbord of
Yeah,
shit.
right? Oh dang!
Man,
You
we
know
got some
what?
food.
Somebody turned the grill light on, because that's the
Oh,
thing.
it's
is
already
they
on.
said there was a number of survivors may have actually been picked off by sharks as they were like struggling, burnt in the water.
Right? Wouldn't that be fucked up if there's like really closer to like 1,000 people survived, but there was just a feeding frenzy
Yeah, right?
within that 2 hours, and nobody will ever know?
You can see I got a screenshot below that like map I have in the outline.
Mm.
This was taken from that National Geographic video. These are fishermen the day after, basically collecting bodies.
Wow.
The thing too is, and I never really, other than I guess I did read that the Doña Paz actually did not have a working radio. Like,
What the fuck?
What?
Yes, this
How are you
ferry had
kidding
no
me?
working radio.
This is 87 too. It's not like this is
know.
1944 or some shit.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
not
yeah,
like
that's
it's not a the old Morse code telegram.
Right? Come on.
But yeah, look at like that's just like a dredge of bodies that they're bringing back. It took 8 hours before the Philippine Coast Guard even knew the accident happened.
Wait, did the ship that came to rescue didn't have a fucking radio either?
That's what
They didn't tell
I was wondering.
anybody?
I still have not figured that out. Like
I mean,
why?
did the oil tanker like, oh shit, we hit somebody?
What's going
We're
on?
fire?
And this
Nobody?
is, and we wonder why. I mean, come on, guys.
Yes. And so like the ship that picked
Some
up those
third
people
world
too, like
shit.
they didn't even really have any like fucking doctors or first aid. They but
They
like
were
these
probably
people had-
partying too.
They had
Yeah.
their flesh was falling off them and shit. So it took 8 hours before the Coast Guard even heard about the accident, and then another 8 hours before the rescue operation even began.
Wow.
Yes,
That's why there's only 25 people that
16
lived.
hours. Exactly. That's why the
That's
sharks
why.
like probably
Isn't the Philippines where Duterte or whatever the fuck his name is? Is he the dictator or is that
the one who was like, I'm gonna kill all drug dealers.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
the
he's like
Philippines.
started
Yes.
just killing drug dealers.
I
and
believe he
shit?
was voted out already.
Oh, okay.
During Trump's first term, I think it was. Yeah, he was
Oh.
voted in. It was the Philippines. But so yeah, it took like basically 16 hours before they start. The Coast Guard is actually doing rescue operations. That could be an interesting, marine
Could've got there
biological
sooner.
PhD thesis of like, was there a population explosion from all the sharks eating bodies that night? Over 8 months later.
Right.
The nearby islands were all of a sudden littered with charred bodies, and the fishermen who were going out to just do their daily fishing run were all of a sudden like they've got all these burnt bodies caught in their fishing
Yeah,
net.
thousands of burnt bodies. Like, is the world coming to an end? What the fuck is going on here?
Yeah.
You go on fishing, you pull up a net full of dead bodies. You're like, oh, okay.
So now, mind you, when I'm initially listening to this, I'm myself thinking like this fucking Doña Paz ferry, like they're at fault, right? Like 4,000 plus people, like they are so overloaded, and they had also only one person on deck while the crew was partying. Mind you, too, none of the crew members of the Doña Paz even survived to like give a statement. But as the investigation goes on,
So how do we know they were fucking partying?
because of the 23 survivors,
The 23
from
survivors,
Perry,
they
like,
were.
they
One of
heard
them was like,
like
sounded like
yeah.
there was party. It was a big ass crew orgy. That's what it was.
He should have really embellished it.
Nobody was dressed.
Yeah.
And yeah, it sounded like they were partying. A lot of boning going on, some sucking. I
Mhm.
don't even know. It was,
Sounded like a milking parlor.
Yes, they were making their own Betamax porn.
they were making some
right.
Filipino porn shit on Betamax. That camera was
So-
huge, man.
In 1999, the Supreme Court actually found that the Vector, the oil tanker, was liable.
Well, yeah,
Because it turns-
they hit him, right?
Well, yes, the oil tanker hit them.
Yes.
Mind you,
but-
though, it turns out the oil tanker, the ship had no license. It couldn't steer straight.
Probably no radio.
You couldn't fucking steer straight.
It could steer straight. The captain was unqualified, and
Who knows?
yeah,
There may have been 17,000 people on that oil tanker. We don't fucking know. 'Cause, like,
right?
apparently, they just
And-
don't keep
They
fucking.
just don't. I am
don't
never
record.
going to the Philippines now. Thank you very
So-
much.
Yeah,
The rudder
I
on
hear
it.
the you could go on a cruise to the Philippines real cheap, Teddy.
Yeah.
Yes, Teddy.
Yeah, you think Haiti was dangerous? Jesus.
Yeah. They call it the Carnival Fire Cruise. It took two people, like someone who used to work on that oil tanker before the accident said that it was like the rudder was so fucked up, it would take two crew members to actually steer it. So as the as that oil tanker's going through the ocean, instead of like, oh, I'm driving, at a straight line, it had to do this, like it's zigzagging like this, right?
Dude, they should
Now,
have to
mind
take
you-
forever to get somewhere.
At night, those ships, like maritime ships, they have lights on them, right? and like there's like a green one on one side and a,
Let
and
me
a
guess.
white
Neither
one
one
on
of
the
these ships
other.
had lights on.
They did have lights, but you have to think of it this way. So like there's a like a green one on this side and a white one on this side, or the other way around. But those lights help you understand, like, is this ship coming towards me or going away from me?
Right.
Left or right? Are they going?
So if it's changing direction.
But if it's going like this,
yeah.
all of a sudden those green and
you have no idea.
white lights are flipping back and forth, and you don't know which way it's going. And they only had on the ferry, passenger ferry, they have one apprentice on the ship.
Yeah, this is some dude's like, dude, this is my second day. What's going on?
Yeah.
Are you going left? Are you going right? Are you going left? Make up your goddamn mind.
Comes out of nowhere and just fucking hits him. So yeah, there was and after that there was, I mean, especially right after that, actually there was a huge like protest against the owners of the cruise ship. But then eventually, like, even though they were negligent for the overcrowding, it was kind of like the Supreme Court was like, well, everybody was overcrowding at the time, so we're gonna blame the oil tanker. And I don't know, I think they got something around like $400 each per person who died, the family members. Like,
wow.
Yeah, when you do the conversion
Philippines, it's
as
like
far as
$1 million.
US dollars.
So you can't even buy a Switch 2 after surviving fucking
the Doña Paz.
a fucking charred body smorgasbord feeding orgy.
So
yeah, way to go.
The moral of the story is that, like, this terrible event in history was like completely unknown to us in the Western world. And it would be a great DEI moment for Hollywood to get like Jerry Bruckheimer to like make an
and
act
all the white people that they can.
Yes, to get all the
bunch
like
of Asian folks.
The whitest looking Asians.
Talk about whitewashing the film. 4,000 extras, all of them supposed to be Filipino, and then they're all white.
To make like a dramatic kind of like
and speak with a
British
British
and
accent.
Ben Affleck has got to be in it, like Pearl Harbor, that movie.
Yeah.
And so that us in the West here can realize what a really fucked up story this was that we just never hear about. So that is the wreck of the Doña Paz, also known as Asia's Titanic.
Way to go.
What was the? Do you know what the original price of the tickets were for that?
You know, I never saw what the original price was, but I did read that if you was already at a capacity, or like basically day of tickets, like it was discounted from like if you had bought your ticket in advance. So it's like, of course, a lot more people than just, I'm just going to show up day of because I already know they're going to let a shit ton of people on. And like, think of how many times they loaded 3 times as many people on these ferries for years, probably prior to this, because this ship was built in the 60s. Like, this ship had been doing that for a while.
Man.
And you know,
who goes on the ocean at night with no radio?
Right?
Who the fuck does that? I mean, storms and shit happen. You're out there in the middle of nowhere, all that water around you. Who does that without a fucking radio?
I mean, these guys are fucking out. It's the Philippines. They're surrounded by water. They're probably doing all kinds of fucking crazy shit.
Right.
That we would.
That, or they're like, you know what? I mean, if you look at that map again,
I don't need no
probably like,
radio.
well, if we have a problem, like there's islands to the left of us, the right of us, the north of us, the south of us. You know, like.
Yep, surrounded by water, full of sharks.
True.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, like that there was no lifeboats, no even life jackets.
I mean, yeah, where's my, what do they call it when you get on a cruise ship? You gotta go see your fucking guy, your safety thing.
Oh,
muster,
yeah.
It's called muster drill. You gotta do a muster drill.
Station or whatever.
Yeah. And they have it now that your cards are, if you don't sign in for the muster drill, like the ship can't leave until tell everybody muster. So they'll call your name over intercom. They'll be like, hey, Keith,
they track that on
Jason
the computer.
and them. Yeah, because it signs you in because everything's done by our cards. They're like, hey, we got 5 folks need to muster. Okay, we got
Right,
Jeremy,
like, so-
Josh.
I'm watching my
Chop up his ass over here.
Leave me alone. All right. Moving on from that
No lifeboats. Who
terrible
gets where
tragedy.
the lifeboats
Going
at?
on
Oh,
to
we
our
got done.
what's sexy section. Let's start with Oracle. MF and Wildflowers.
That's right.
Got something against old Tom Petty?
So we planted a shit ton of wildflowers in the backyard last year. We cut the sod out and got some like prairie wildflowers, and they take it like a couple years to come up, but actually we've had a bunch come up already, and they're pretty fucking nice. I like going back there and being around the wildflowers, and there's just all kinds of pollinators, all kinds of cool fucking beetles and wasps and bumblebees and butterflies.
Till they sting the kid for being too fucking nosy. Ah! So do they come up annually, or do you have to?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Cool.
Yep. So they're permanent. We don't have to replant them.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Like low maintenance. That's what
We're
We still
gonna
gotta-
fucking like. I don't want to mow that shit. I'm just put fucking wildflowers in, man. You know.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit.
Yeah.
So it's nice. Nature.
So how long ago did you plant them?
Planted them last fall.
And they're already starting to come up. You said it takes a couple of years, but
Yeah, it takes a
they're-
couple years, but there's already a decent amount that came up, and they're doing pretty good.
Now, did you have to go to some special fancy pants place to get them, or you just kind of looked up online like
No,
Wisconsin?
so there's actually a nursery. I can't remember what it is. It's like a prairie, like native prairie nursery or whatever. So these are things that you would find out, you know, in Wisconsin in the wild. And we just got seeds from them. It was a good mix. It was a pain in the ass to fucking take the sod cutter. Cutting the sod wasn't that bad, but hauling the sod out was,
shit's heavy.
yeah, that was a motherfucker. But
dense
Grass
mess.
is heavier than you fucking think.
yeah, pretty fucking heavy. But you know, it really kind of helps remove the competition and shit when you do it that way. But yeah, wildflowers. And
Nice.
the bees,
Some
you
bitches.
know, we've got bees, so the bees can get in there and get in on that.
Do you have
action.
a
Do you
bee
connect-
colony thing going
Yeah,
on?
we've got a beehive.
Oh well, shit.
Do you collect honey?
Your
or-
son's set up for failure.
What's that?
Do you
I
collect
said
honey?
your son is set up for failure. It's like Teddy was saying he's gonna get his ass stung.
Oh no, the
Oh.
bees are fucking no, they're gentle. The
Soft bees.
last year we didn't harvest honey. This year we'll probably harvest honey.
Okay. Because I was thinking if you could taste it from before the flowers came up and the bees got that pollen from your wildflowers you painted.
yeah,
They
you
took you- but you planted.
definitely you can taste, because you can tell like when they are making honey from like clover versus, you know, other stuff. You can actually taste it.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah, I bet every season you you should do is save some from each year so you can then compare
Hmm.
the following years to
Right.
the others. Kind of like when you're like saving certain weed strains, like a nugget from an old one. You can see the difference. That's cool.
I smoked the Frankenstein, the deer shit, put it all in a blunt, and we roll it up. We'll smoke together. We'll go to the madhouse We'll go to the madhouse together, bro. I don't give a fuck.
All right. Moving on to Mystic DVO.
Derek Van Orden. You click on that link and
Yep.
go to that ad that he has there. It's like Socialism Sucks, I think it's called.
Uh-huh.
It's the most American ad I've ever fucking seen, dude. This dude's just loading a gun.
And he's got a fucking Bible there.
Fucking absolutely.
What a
I
fucking
gotta-
yeah.
Shit is fucking awesome.
I'm gonna have to watch this shit later.
Yeah.
Right away,
Look at
just
this fucking
click.
guy.
Yep,
I'm a
here's,
fucking
here's my Bible. I clean my gun on it.
yeah. Just look at this. Just
Here's
he's
my
leaning
smartphone.
so hard into this fucking like I'm a fucking badass American.
Right?
Yeah, right.
You should see what my pop socket says.
Is that a fucking M1 Garand?
I just, and he's like the woman that he was like, Rebecca Cook.
Mm-hmm.
She's like the one who's running against him. Like, she's more of a Republican than almost any Democrat I've ever seen. The same with the guy who's running in the 7th. They're like Wisconsin Democrats. You know what I mean? They're fucking so middle of the fucking road.
Like, yeah, traditional.
They're like Joe Manchin type shit. Like, yeah, they might have a D in front of their name, but they probably would have voted for Trump. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. He's just, I just, that ad is fucking just so American. I love it.
Nice.
Anyway, that's it.
All right, moving on to Teddy. Work schedule is changing.
Yeah, I work 4 days a week, 3 days off. But my 4 days are 12-hour shifts. So I don't get to see my family. I can take my son to school, see my wife in the morning, but that's pretty much about it. We're switching to 8-hour shifts. So I actually, go to work at 8, get off at 4 kind of stuff. And
what hours were your shifts prior?
Like 9 to 9, 10 to 10.
Oh, yeah.
So
now, do you have to? Is it 8 hours or 8 hours? Is it 5 days a week?
yeah, it's 5 days a week. Yes. Yeah, so I'm losing instead of me having 3 days off, I'll have 2 days off. But the extra time I have to go to work, and come home and shit, and make dinner and hang out with my family makes up for it. So
Yeah.
I'm just happy to get back.
12-hour days is hard.
yeah, especially with the way we work. Sometimes we'll do like right now I'm doing 5 days in a row because I'm working a lot. I was off the first 3 days of the week, and now I'm working the last 4 days of the week. But then I got to work Monday also, so that's 5 12-hour shifts, which is gets tiresome after a while.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you're a bitch.
Hey, at least you didn't drop the hard R, homie.
All right. Moving along to me, Ashtray. Mine's called Progressive Parenting Leads to Neighborly Embarrassment. Now, this is a paraphrased story from last weekend visiting my step siblings. And so details might not be exact because it was also like they're telling the story with some code because of the younger cousins around. Anyways, went to my stepbrother's house because it was his daughter's 12-year birthday, and my stepsister was there as well. And he my stepbrother brings up this, he's like, oh yeah, like you gotta, my stepsister's like, you gotta tell the story about the package, and she's like, oh, they're like, well, you gotta do it in code. So anyways, the gist of the story is that my stepsister's son, teenage son, approached her and was like, Mom, I would like to purchase this item. Like, I don't know if it was on Amazon or whatever, but like, and it's understood the item was, I'm assuming, like a fleshlight or some sort of male masturbation device. I know, right?
Fuck?
I know. I'm like, listen, of course, I'm like wanting to interject, but because the younger cousin's around, it's kind of like, I'm like, what? I'm like, this is really progressive. And she's like, well, she's like, we had a conversation about it, and we decided, okay, I see where you're coming from, and yes, I'm glad you talked with me first, and I will let you buy this.
Holy fucking shit!
So yes,
what in the holy whiteness is?
I know.
What in
right?
the whiteness of the
Like
whitest
the
white bullshit
whitest
the fuck is
fucking-
going on
I
here?
know. And I'm like,
Dude, what is going on in Caucasian? What the fuck are y'all doing?
because yes, right?
How old is this kid? How old is this kid?
The thing is too is I'm not sure which one of her sons it was. I'm assuming though maybe 15, 16.
And who goes up to mom? Hey, mom, buy me this fleshlight, or buy me this fucking double-ended.
He was gonna buy it with his own money.
Okay. Then why
But
ask your
also,
mom? Why not just buy it for yourself and hide it? Why the
Well,
fuck? Hey mom, this is gonna be in the house. Just let you know.
and maybe
Cool.
because he knew like he wouldn't be able to sneak it in, or like also maybe because she was like, sure, like they have that kind of like rapport. Like this is embarrassing, but I want to.
Yeah,
like,
the parents are
okay?
the parents are swingers and they're happy their son's going down the same path.
So
That's all it is.
anyways, she's like, okay, we had a discussion, and I told him it was okay. He could buy
the
that.
fuck?
So he buys it, but he then accidentally puts the neighbor's address.
Oh my god!
On the shit.
What?
It's
Yes.
His own name. It's like his name.
I do not know if it was his name, if it was his
It was like
parents'
your-
name, if it was
yeah,
like on
because
their
he's
Amazon
underage,
account.
maybe.
Because yes, and so they then all of a sudden realize like, oh, they get the notification like, shh, it's been delivered to the neighbor's house across the street, and so
Just go get it.
it happens to be like that when they discover this, my stepbrother was like there visiting, and they're like, Leiden, like we need you to go to the neighbors and like ask him like, did you get a package? And just say they didn't decide to throw dad under the bus. Say it was for dad.
No,
Like,
he
stepsister's
wanted it.
husband.
He can walk up to the mom and ask her to get it, ask if he can have it. So look, walk your ass over there and get off the fucking porch or ask her for it back.
Right, that's what I'm thinking in my head. But also, it's
Yeah.
like there's all the younger kids around, so like I can't really like interject with my own like, wait, what?
You got Nikes on, you better just do it.
So my stepbrother, and I think they didn't really fill my stepbrother in for like what this package was, because they're like, hey, like, Leiden, can you go over and like get this package? It went to the neighbor's
You
address.
should have leaned into that shit.
Okay, so like
Walk
he
up
goes
there and
over.
be like, "Hey, I want to
like-
fuck that thing. Where is it?"
Hey, there was a package for, and I don't know if they like said like, oh, it's a wrist warmer or something. Like, tell him it's a wrist warmer. And
A wrist warmer.
he's like, oh, okay. Like he goes over, gets the package, and the neighbors must have opened it because like my stepbrother's coming back. He's like, I got back in the house. I'm like, that's no wrist warmer.
Oh, that's so good.
So the neighbors think like that my stepsister's husband is like ordering a pocket pussy and got it sent to the wrong house.
Wow, that's
You
great.
can't make that up.
Oh,
Poor Jesse.
Man, fuck white people.
All right. Gonna move along to our I know, right?
Oh fuck!
I'm like, I'd be like, wait till you're 18. All right, moving on to our fuck what you think. Oracle, pink slime journalism.
Yeah. So, the other day, received a newspaper in the fucking mail.
Like one you haven't paid for.
Right. And it's really kind of suspect, just kind of like, looks like a newspaper, but it doesn't have any bylines or authors, and you can't tell where it actually came from. And it's clearly slanted, extremely fucking right. In the back, like it's got all this fucking like anti-immigration shit on the back. It's just got a bunch of mugshots of
darky.
black guys on the back.
Do you got a image of it at all on there?
Yeah,
or not?
so it's called the Wisconsin Transcript, and it went out to a bunch of fucking, just mailed out. Looks like a fucking newspaper. And the publication dated August 6th was sent out days before Wisconsin's primary for governor. The pages are filled with mugshots from Wisconsin jails, stories about Republican gubernatorial candidate Tom Tiffany criticizing his Democratic opponents, and an immigration tracker listing the organizations it says got the most federal resettlement money in Wisconsin. And it's got a bunch of so this article in the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel, this Polish center, they're like, we didn't receive any fucking money. So it's just filled with a bunch of bullshit.
like the center's listed in it, or like,
yeah.
no, we didn't get that.
Yeah, we didn't. And you look at this thing, like it's stamped from like Texas. They tried to like call it and the number listed, and it's just like some fucking phantom, voicemail or whatever. And they look this up, and so they're calling it pink slime journalism.
That's a good name.
Yeah, because the publications are designed to pass as independent local news.
And yet they don't like attribute themselves to
Right,
anyone.
they don't, because
concrete.
it's a total fucking psyop. So the Wisconsin Transcript lists a return address at 2045 West Grand Ave in Chicago, the same address used by the Waukesha Times. However, the address is a virtual mailbox shared by hundreds of unrelated businesses, not a newsroom. And,
what's a virtual mailbox?
Yeah, unlike the Waukesha Times, Wisconsin Transcript doesn't appear on Metric Media's site and doesn't appear to have a website at all. So it's just total fucking propaganda.
So they haven't
North
actually
Korea
been
at it
able to
again.
figure out who's behind it.
It's some fucking,
You say something about Texas? Like there's some.
yeah,
like the
there's something listed. It was mail from Texas or some shit. It is skeezy. It's
Yeah,
just a
they could
bunch of
probably
skeezy
backtrack
fucking
where-
shit.
who like did the mailing.
Yeah. And it's it's pretty fucking gross. And so any fucking old person that's going to open this up or look at it, they're going to take this as fucking gospel, right? They're not going to know the fucking difference.
Right. They're gonna be like, I didn't subscribe to this. Wait a minute, I probably did. This is
Yeah, right.
These guys think the same as me.
Yeah, these guys
Yeah.
think the same as me. Yeah, I wish I would have grabbed it. I was actually going to.
Now, did it actually come to your
Oh, yeah.
personal mailbox?
Yeah. My wife and I, we looked at it. We're like, what the fuck is this bullshit? I was going to go and pick up some dog shit with it and take a picture and say, hey, look out for this in your mailbox. Because it's just absolute fucking trash. So there you have it.
Yeah.
Pink slime fucking journalism. This
Pink
one is
slime.
called the Wisconsin Transcript. It is nothing but a fucking propaganda.
Does it say issue number 1?
I don't know.
Hmm.
It's lame.
All right. Moving on to Mystic political ads.
Yeah. So, fuck political ads, man. Except Derek Van Orden's, because his is just America.
America.
In a nutshell. But I just, man, that's the worst part about working in a newsroom. It's just
You can't
constant
get away
fucking
from-
political ads.
Mm.
Yeah.
Makes me want to kill myself.
It
Yeah.
pays your paycheck, buddy.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, till the paycheck don't come.
Yeah.
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 Shit.
Yeah.
Stupid paychecks.
Fucking pay for shit that other people made up.
That's like me bitching about political
Yeah,
candidates
right.
and how much a pain in the ass they are making signs for them. It's like, God, they're still like the bread and butter that pays my check.
Yeah, but you probably have a lot of liberal clients,
Yes, a lot of liberal clients, but that doesn't mean they're any easier to work with.
I guess.
Like, I see the content wise, I get it. It's just like, I don't want to fucking listen to this shit. For me, it's
One
more
dude called today and he was like fucking just started bitching. He's just an old guy. He's like, oh, swear to God, like you fucking played another Tom Tiffany ad and I'm gonna lose my mind. Blah blah blah. You guys playing all these political. I was like, hold up, sir. There's no you guys involved in this. I just answer the phones.
Right.
Like he's like, yeah, but your station is. I'm like, again, I don't make any of these decisions. I'm not. It's not like it's me just fucking.
Yeah, like fire up
play that
another
ad
Tom
again.
Tiffany.
Right?
Yeah. You know what?
Why are
Nobody's
you
calling. I
and bitching
better.
about it. It blows my dude. I don't give a fuck. Why?
I got a headache. And
Old
their
people
prescription
think
is
that they
more
can just
Tom
call
Tiffany.
us and like bitch about these things. It doesn't make any fun, dude. Whatever.
They don't know.
It'd be
You
like
see,
calling up the fucking billing department of a hospital and bitching about your bunions. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, they work in the same building, but I don't do anything with that.
Right.
All right. Anyway, done bitching.
You should just fart into the phone like really loud.
It's just like I was just like, why are you yelling at me, sir?
You need a digital whoopee cushion.
Right?
All right, moving along to Teddy, $11,000 idiot.
So we're doing some work on my wife's house. Inside's pretty much done. Outside looks like shit. There's a big tree on the left side of the house, and we had a winter storm, so some branches fell on the roof of the house, and on the gate and stuff. I want to get it taken care of. And the guy was like, "Hey, just have the insurance take care of it." I'm like, "Fucking right, insurance." My fucking thing should have been this goddamn insurance company. The insurance on the house is assurance. I didn't even know they did house insurance. But it's forced insurance because nobody was in the house, and my wife decided to get rid of the insurance. I don't know why she did it.
What do you mean it's forced insurance?
Her mortgage company made her get the insurance.
Oh,
But they also chose
have
it.
to always have. It's just like,
Right, you should. I didn't know. Yeah, that's what I was like. Why is your house not having? It's yeah. But anyway, so the guy he comes to do the tree, and he's like, he quotes me like I think it was like 4,500 or like 5,500 or whatever. And I'm like, well, he's like, but insurance is gonna pay for it. I'm like, all right, we don't do any work until we get the check from the insurance company.
yeah.
He's like, no, I used to be an insurance guy. It's gonna get approved. I was like, if you do any work and you fucking and they don't approve it, then I'm not gonna fucking pay you. And he's like, oh yeah, I get you. So they do all the work and shit. So they do all the fucking work, and I'm like, you fucking. They didn't even take the tree away. They left it in the backyard. I'm like, what the fuck? But I'm like, fine, the tree's gone. The tree's off the roof and stuff, and cut away from the roof. And this happened 3 months ago. We've been waiting for the insurance company to get back to us, but it's a shitty insurance company. They don't get back to anybody.
Wow.
And so today we call, and he's like, did they get the estimate I sent him and everything else? And I was like, they said they did. And so we called the adjuster on three-way, so we all could talk to him. And this fucker, the estimate he sent the insurance company was for $11,000.
What?
Wow. The tree guy said this?
You know, the tree guy sent the fucking invoice, the estimate at $11,000.
Damn.
And I was like, what is wrong with you, dog? After we got a three-way call, I was like, you sent an $11,000 estimate, and like,
And you didn't even take the tree away?
Yeah, I'm like, tree's still in the backyard. I'm like, that's why it's been on review for 2.5 months. I'm like, they're not gonna give you this fucking money. He's like, well, I made it that high so we can, they got deep pockets. This way we can negotiate. I was like, they're not gonna negotiate. They're just gonna say no.
You're not Trump.
What
Yeah.
a fucking idiot.
They're gonna blow
I was
you
like,
up.
why would you do that? I'm like, $11,000. And like, then the pictures you sent, I'm like, that ain't $11,000 worth of tree or work, man.
Yeah, he just doubled that shit because he's
right.
like, oh,
It's
they'll
an
pay
insurance company. And he's like, yeah, I used to work in insurance. It's guaranteed. And I'm like, dude, he's like, I'm like,
Oh,
no,
Especially if he
man.
didn't take the tree away, I bet you he tripled it.
no.
The actual cost, like fuck.
Yeah, but the insurance company, so the adjuster came out, looked at the roofs. They agreed to fix 4 shingles on the roof of the house where the tree fell, and they were going to replace the whole roof on the garage. But because of that work, because our deductible was $2,500, and the work, they estimated both the roof of the garage and the 4 shingles they were replacing on the other roof to only cost about $3,000. It wasn't worth them paying out, just to get the deductible and pay out $500. So they decided we should be responsible for the roof. So we're dealing with that now, which is awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, I want to burn this insurance company to the ground. I'm gonna put her house on my insurance because I've talked to guys about this at work today. I've never since I've been dealing with it myself and my cars and my stuff. I've not had a bad experience with insurance companies. Motorcycle stuff, none of it. I've not had a bad experience with them. So
What's
apparently,
your personal insurance company that you use?
mine is Nationwide for my house.
Okay.
Yeah, mine's nationwide.
Because they're on your side, dude.
They're on my motherfucking side, bro.
Mhm.
Nationwide is on your side.
Yeah. But he baited. I was like, why would you send them an $11,000
that must have been
estimate?
that
I was like,
phone
dude,
call. The three.
I was like, dude, you
when they said 11,000.
when he said it, I was like, he's like, yeah, we got the estimate. He's like, yeah, he's like, so I was like, I couldn't. I was like, what the fuck? I don't want to be on the phone like, you dumb fuck. What are you doing? What is wrong with you?
Yeah.
But after the other guy hung up, I was like, what the fuck, man? He's like, it's none of it's coming out of your pocket. I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
of course not.
It just
But you
seems like
sent them
something that would be on like
$11,000.
planes, trains, and automobiles or something. Like just some like
Mhm.
Right.
absurd fucking like what the fuck? $11,000? Are you
Yeah.
fucking insane?
Hell's
I'm
wrong
like,
with you?
it looks. I mean, it looks fucking. I'm like, yeah, yeah, buddy. I don't know, what to tell you. It was. I just thought I was like, you were. Yeah, keep in touch, buddy.
Yeah, right. Thanks for leaving. That you still have to deal with the tree. It sounds like.
It's in the backyard. I'll pay somebody. I'll pay some Mexicans like $200 to get it out or something.
Sure, still,
Should have
but
just
like,
paid the Mexicans in the first place.
that's the thing is like, I'd be like, dude, if you're gonna ask $11,000, like you could at least taken the tree away.
Well, it also he left it for the adjuster to see the work he did, and I was like, okay.
Okay.
I mean, wouldn't the stump be enough? You know, some photos
Right?
before and
Yeah.
after. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, man, I'm.
Here's
just,
the work I did. Give me $11,000. Then maybe I'll take it away.
I was like, gee, you're like, you're crazy, bro. But hey, I didn't sign shit. I didn't fucking do it. I'm like, look, and I told him, I was like, don't do any work till you get the check, buddy.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, I'm just gonna be guaranteed. I'm like, okay.
Okay, man.
Mhm. Yeah, right. I've been doing this for a year and a half.
Yeah, $11,000. I was like, holy shit.
There you go.
Well, all right. Moving along to me. My fuck what you think is Jason Arday flipping the script with his final card to play. I almost was thinking about doing this as my topic, but I think maybe a little more time to let this story play out. But if you haven't heard in the news, this guy, Jason Arday, was a lot of people in America didn't know who the fuck he was till recently because he was Cambridge University's in the UK. He was the youngest black professor to join their ranks, and the sociology department. And I mean, his work there was essentially like a book he wrote that was about like, oh, Cool Britannia, like comparing the music of Oasis and Blur
What?
and stuff during the 90s and like what that was from the perspective of a minority black man. He says, you know, minority
Yeah, he was
cultures,
like a
but-
social culture professor. What year, something like that?
Yeah, sociology.
Okay,
You know,
yeah.
basically focused on like race relations in sociology, which a lot of people are. But the thing is, he
As one does.
was brought into Cambridge and was kind of like put up like the, you know, their golden goose as he's the youngest black professor.
You got a black
BBC, they did this whole special on the BBC where like the, you know, head of Cambridge, this, you know, old, very concerned white liberal woman is like, you are the greatest in the world at what you do, you know, and holding his hand, and the camera focuses on their hand, the white hand holding the
What she really said is you one of the good ones.
yes.
Wait,
And
so was he an American or is he British?
no, he was British.
He was British.
He was the thing is though, his a lot of this came to light because they were also like pushing and advertising that his memoir was to be coming out, and actually I think it just came out last weekend. And the thing is why in hindsight a lot of people are like, oh, this is why you hired him, because he had this
Thanks.
he had this like rags to riches, not rags to riches, but this kind of like overcoming adversity story.
So
where
what has happened? What happened? Like you still haven't said. Like you just say this is.
So what happened is
saying
It's
he,
Ashtray.
happened.
It's Ashtray.
he got called out. He was basically called out for plagiarism in his PhD and the
Like AI or
his works paper. No, not AI. Actually, that like direct quotes from other like grad students working on their own PhDs and their own research, where like he was taking interviews, like these other grad students who were like interviewing people in the public for their own work. He then like took those interviews and just like changed the name of who was saying it, and it's like, I'm just going to use this as like evidence for my paper.
Oh, okay.
You know, like that's the real cardinal sin here, is like when blatant plagiarism is found in your PhD and your thesis. Granted, it does happen a lot in the university, but being it was found for this guy who was being lauded as this great new, you know, young black professor at Cambridge, and because Cambridge does not want to be seen as a stuffy old white university that it has been for 800 years, there were internally people, professors even in Cambridge, who were like calling him out on it and asking questions, and then he called the cops on him. And they were basically told, like, you're harassing this guy, like, for his mental health, even though the cops, like, dropped the charges. So it wasn't until some other guy who was kicked out of Cambridge prior to him joining, who's, like, most academics consider a racist, he started pooling together the evidence that these other people were bringing to light, but was basically whitewashed. And he did a Substack on it, and then like all of a sudden it started getting traction, and then all these legacy media people started looking into it, presumably because they're like, this guy who we consider a racist is trying to smear this black man, like, let's find out how wrong he is. And then they started looking into it, and they're like, oh shit, maybe he's right, because they, besides the actual plagiarism as itself, they found out he was making these claims like, oh yeah, I was harassed by a man in a mask with a knife. He chased me around Cambridge.
What?
And they're like, why didn't you report it to to security and police? And we're like, oh well, you know, I was so scared. And so once he did this, he like said this in an interview, and like, so once Cambridge found out, they like looked through their CCTV, and they're like, we can't find a man in a mask.
That seems like a pretty significant fucking event.
Oh yeah. He then also claimed, I got a butchered pig's head was sent to me in my mother's residence, and like when the police then like asked him like, okay, like, where's this pig's head? He's like, oh, I disposed of it. And they're like, what do you mean you disposed of it? Like, that's evidence.
It was free
like,
food.
oh well, it came from this butcher. Like, he then like gave them some story like, it came from this butcher shop. And then of course they go to the butcher shop and they're like, what the fuck? They're like, we don't sell pigs heads. Like, we would know if somebody asked to buy a pig's head. Like, there's
a fucking pig's head.
Yeah. So like all these shops. Then they like start digging. They're like, wait, he claimed that he ran 600 miles in 6 days for like a charity event. And they're like, that's
this
insane.
Is like 600 miles?
Yes, 600 miles in 6 days.
What?
And then he, like, when he was called on, he's like,
100 miles a day.
It was 12 days. I actually had a day in between to rest. And they're like,
I don't even think special forces do that much.
Right? That's pretty extreme.
Like, what the fuck?
This is like the blood sport guy.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, right?
Well, then he also...
Dukes, or the fucking dude that congressman, that fucking...
like he also
remember
claimed...
from New York or whatever, they found out he just lied about everything.
Oh, yes. God, what was his name?
I forgot his fucking name.
George Santos or something like that?
Yes,
was it?
It was George Santos, yeah.
Yeah, kind of like that, to where...
Juicy Smollett.
Claims to...
Juicy Smollett?
Oh, yeah. To where he also was like, oh, I was completely mute because of my autism till the age of 11, and I was illiterate till the age of 18. But then it's like you've got a PhD and you're working for Cambridge before you're 40. Like,
yeah.
So it was this kind of like
what the fuck
up from nothing like story that he spun. And then of course like people who are like, yeah, we went to school with him. Like he was like a shy, quiet guy, but like he was not illiterate. Like
C student at best.
So the thing is like Cambridge like boosted this guy as like our golden goose, like black professor, because we're trying to like be all DEI. And so
they fucked up on this one.
Yes, and that's the thing is like, for as much as, and that's the thing is like, the blame lies in not only like his lies, but also like Cambridge should have seen through this shit to where like
you're Cambridge. Like I said, this isn't Northern Kentucky Community College.
Even the people who like would want to stand behind him had to be like, shit, like 600 miles in 6 days, like this, like this is
right.
Like the Guardian, the Guardian, that's like the most liberal UK paper. Right. They then were like, shit, there's legit things to question here. So the guy then Cambridge eventually gets to the point where like, okay, well, because initially they're like, we're standing behind him. They then were like, okay, we're gonna do an internal investigation. And so before the internal investigation even starts, Jason Arday, this is like a week ago or so, he's like, oh, I'm resigning. I this pressure is just unfair, blah, blah, blah. Like, this, I don't want this to be hounding me or whatever. Like, he decides, it wasn't what Cambridge said, you got to step down. He was like, I'm resigning. And of course, though, like, people are still digging because his memoir is about to release. And also people are like asking the publisher, it's like, how did you not look into these claims? Like they got a copy of his initial proposal, like his rough draft of the memoir, and then like the final copy. And they're like, oh, a lot of these really like ridiculous claims. Some of them, like, they're just not in the actual final published piece. Like they started taking out some of these like over the top, obviously far-fetched claims. So the pressure was still on, and yes, the media was like, it was a huge story in the UK. And then all of a sudden, the next news story is Jason Arday found dead in his apartment, and he's got a wife and 2 kids. And he decided,
or does he? Dun, dun,
that
dun.
Touche. But it's like he then decides, like, because the stress is too much,
he just kills himself.
He took his own life. It's not been officially announced that it was suicide. I guess in Britain they say it's a unexpected but non-suspicious death, which is kind of what they say for, it's a polite way of saying suicide.
Yeah.
And yeah, so now though, it's like that final card, which I think is kind of a fascinating thing, is it's now turned the whole, it's like flipped the script, where now the media is like, did we pressure him? Were we hounding him too much? We pushed him
too far.
Oh no. Like, and of course, a lot of the people who are still in his camp are like, like, this is like Princess Diana. It's like, that's not quite the same as Princess Diana.
Not quite the same as Princess Diana.
Her in a car, like,
they were literally chasing her in a car.
To get into an accident. Yes, no, and it's like, he made this decision.
And she wasn't lying about fucking being a doctor.
Right, or running 600 miles in 6 days.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. It's like
600 dudes in 6 days.
He, like, his poor fucking kids and wife, like, and that's the thing too, is like, it sounds like from all other people who've actually met him prior to like all this stuff coming out, they're like, he was actually like a genuinely like nice, polite, like personable guy. Mm-hmm. Like, sure, when you actually started to call him out on his shit, he would call the cops on you. But essentially, it's just like,
it's a little bit of a character flaw, but
must have been a compulsive liar, and just felt like the only way out was like to commit suicide, to then make the media look bad. But at the same time, it's like, well, like he wouldn't have been in that position if Cambridge did not put him up on that pedestal. And he didn't have those ridiculous lies.
Yeah, I mean, he lied about a lot of shit.
Yeah, lied about a lot of
you know,
stuff.
so fucking-
Yes. Well, and that's the thing too is like he lied about a lot of stuff, but Cambridge should have been like, well, this is horseshit. Like, we're not gonna actually like hire you to be like our golden goose, because like there's some obvious flaws in this backstory here. No, they wanted that golden goose to look like they were super progressive, and they put this guy out there that some people behind the scenes must have
I
known.
get what you're saying, but does Cambridge really need to fucking?
Yeah.
That'd be
It's
like
Cambridge.
Princeton or Harvard being like fucking. Well, we need to get more black people in here because you know we're.
Oh,
we're not
yeah, I mean,
fucking-
At least that is
I don't give a
that's what
shit.
the press has been saying, is that the whole reason they had like a whole BBC special about how he's like the greatest, even though there were like students who were like, this guy like comes in, he talks about fucking Oasis and shit, you know, like we're not really learning anything from this guy.
Oh, the students were even like, yeah,
Yes,
fuck this
like that's
guy.
like internally there were like people who are kind of like this, like his stuff.
Yeah, if you
like-
go to Cambridge, you want to be taught by.
Yeah, I don't
like,
want to
the
be
top of their
learning about
field.
fucking
Yes.
Oasis if I go
His
to
academic
Cambridge.
acumen
Fucking
like they was not up to
Hawking,
snuff.
I think, taught at Cambridge.
Yeah.
like it's not, you know.
So yeah, and that's the thing is like people in the actual institution were starting to see through it. And so yeah, it's now he's a martyr.
Way to
That's
go.
me.
I wouldn't say he's a martyr.
I'd call him.
Well,
a bitch.
He's
To-
basically like Jesus, dude.
To
like-
some of those people who
Pretty much
would
the same
not
thing.
Black
see it any other
Jesus.
way.
Yep.
Yeah. Like he is a victim of you know, the press hounding. Let's not talk about the actual like lies that the press were trying to figure out whether they
well,
were
let's
legit
not,
or
you know. Don't ever take any personal responsibility for anything either.
Exactly. Instead, it's like, yeah, or like, don't think about like, well, my fucking wife and kids. That's the real tragedy.
Way to go.
So, way to go. All right. In all seriousness, go fuck yourself, Limu, Emu, and Doug.
And Doug,
That's our show. We're going to be here every Wednesday or Thursday night, 10 p.m. Central, mostly Thursdays. Make sure you join the conversation at theredeyereport.com or facebook.com/redeyereport. Don't even bother twiddling us because Elon Musk hasn't paid us. That's
Yeah.
right. We invented his rockets.
$2
Anyways.
$10.
Like us, share us, or fuck us because we're down for whatever. I'm the Ashtray.
I'm Oracle.
I missed it.
And Teddy.
And we all remembered our names because this is the Reddit Report.
Who put the question mark on the teleprompter? Man.